everybody. Welcome to another episode of Super Gamer Boys. I'm your host, Garrett Morlang, and here in the studio with me is...
your other host, JJ Purdom.
And we're coming to you live in LA. No, not LA. Not this time. No, this is our first video recorded podcast.
Yes.
You guys get to see us in all of our glory.
And Garrett
if you watch on YouTube, if you listen to our podcast, you're just going to hear us still. But
and Garrett has already warned me ahead of time, JJ, keep it PG because now people can see everything you do.
Yeah.
Inside the studio.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
I love what you've done with the place.
Yeah, you like this?
Yeah.
It's almost like we're a PlayStation and Metal Gear podcast or something now.
That's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, that's the truth.
There's Fallout over there too. We got some Fallout stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
No, we obviously we're building our collection slowly. Eventually there'll be more cool stuff up there and for people to enjoy in the video podcast.
Also, Garrett has a lot of dolls. So
No.
I have been told by his wife he might want to forcibly donate some of the dolls to be able to be on the walls.
I don't know what to how to even respond to that.
Some people call them action figures.
Yes.
We call them dolls.
That's what we call them, as action figures.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. I'm not going to
Yes.
ask you how you're doing. I have a question for you. I'm going to start this podcast off with a serious question. I was listening to another podcast talk about this, and I just want to know.
Color me intrigued, Garrett.
I just want to know. Okay. Could you accurately describe what your home smells like? Like to the point where like you could tell me and I'd go to your home and then I'd be like, oh, yep, that's what JJ said it'd smell like.
Yes. So I already have the answer exactly in my head.
No, wait. Before you tell me though, like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Like imagine this, like your 14-year-old JJ, like close your eyes. Imagine this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your 14-year-old JJ,
Mm-hmm.
things are changing in your body. It's real weird. That has nothing to do with anything, but I just wanted to make you feel a little awkward.
I do feel awkward.
Now you're going over to Jimmy's house, and you go to Jimmy's house, and you walk in this front door, and you're like, oh yeah, it's Jimmy's house. That's what his house smells like, you know?
Mhm.
Like, do you know what I'm talking about? You walk over to someone's house, and they have like smell.
Absolutely.
Okay. Isn't that a strange thing? Like, I don't know. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, isn't it so weird that you don't, do you actually know what your house smells like? Like, you know what other people's house smell like, but you just live in your own. Like, do you actually know what your house smells like?
Every once in a great while, I'll come home and then I'll smell what it smells like. And I think, whoa, where is that coming from? And then I realize this is my house. And this is bad.
Okay.
Somebody needs to start cleaning something. And then I just go in and start eating.
Okay. I was just thinking, like, they were talking about it and goofing about it. I'm just like, you know what? Like, I couldn't tell anyone what my house smelled like. And that worries me because what if my house smells like grilled cheese or something or something weird, like smelly laundry, like when I was in college. Like, I don't know. Like, this is such a weird thing. You don't know until
moldy meat and milk that has just gone a little sour.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it just kind of worried me. Like, man, I don't know what my house smells like. When my friends come over, they're like, oh, we're going to the Morling's house. It smells like fish. Like, I don't know.
How much money would you pay me to spread the rumor around that your house doesn't smell very badly and it smells like blueberry pancakes always?
Oh, that would be great. I would love that.
Okay, you just figure out a financial price. And
oh, you want me to pay for this now, huh?
I'm really good at spreading rumors.
I don't know about this. I'm out now. But no, yeah, I know that was a random question, but it's been bothering me all day. I've been like, you know what? What if my house smells? You've actually come over to my house, so that's why I was like, you know what I smell like, but you've actually never invited me to your house before. I've never been in your home.
Nobody has. We keep all the curtains closed, and we want no one to see inside of what some people call the Chamber of Horrors.
The Chamber of Secrets?
Yeah.
You were this close, JJ. You were this close.
I didn't want to copyright anything that Harry Potter owns. You know what I mean? So,
how's your week been?
It has been amazing. Look, I went on what can only be described as a spiritual journey. I went on a couples retreat with my wife, and it was so amazing. We spent a few days in the mountains and just had these awesome moments where we're working on our relationship, working on how we converse with each other, how we accept our humanness and how broken we are and what we bring to the table. And I got up early in the morning, and it was just shortly after 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was so beautiful, and it was quiet. And I was just having a moment where I was drinking coffee alone, watching the sun come up, and I see this deer walk into my path of vision. And I'm looking at this deer, and it's just gorgeous.
It was pretty close then, because you don't have very good vision.
Yeah, I can't see. I can't see very far at all. I'm surprised they still haven't taken my license, but still,
Don't listen to this episode, John.
Yeah, it was like 12 feet away from me, and it's sitting there and it's eating an apple. And it was this awesome moment. And I started talking to God, and I was like, man, thank you, God, for giving me this beautiful, serene moment of quiet and watching this deer that's like 10 feet from me eating an apple. And then it took the drizzlingest, the largest crap I've ever seen in my entire life right in front of me. And I was like, oh, no way. This is so meant for me. This was so meant for me. That doesn't happen to anybody.
Oh, no.
I'm like this awesome moment where I'm like, wow, God, thank you. Beautiful, quiet, serene. And the thing just craps all over the place. And I'm like, that was meant for me. Oh, and JJ, remember, you're friendly.
Remember this.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad you had that experience at your couples retreat. I'm glad it involved your wife.
That's what I came away with. That was the one major moment. It was
okay.
Deer poop.
Cool. I don't even know how to go on from that one. So
I've been waiting all day to tell you that. I was like, I got to tell them on the show. I can't waste it.
Yeah, I'm glad you saved it, because that was cool. That was good stuff. Cool. Well, let's get into some of the housekeeping real quick. If you guys haven't already, go over to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/supergamerboys. You can support us over there monthly. You can. We have a bunch of different tiers. I'm working on them a little bit, kind of brainstorming what we're going to do next. But as of right now, there's some tiers. You can support us monthly. Helps keep the camera on now, the mic's on, the lights on. Yeah, without that, we would not be able to do a lot of the things that we do on this podcast without your guys' support. So thank you so much to Patreon producer, Matt Liu. You're the man.
I believe they do it like this, Matt, where they throw the West Side. If you're not, this is an audio podcast as well as now on video. So I just, that's the West Side hand gesture that the cool kids do.
And shout out to Patreon sponsor, Bill Bird. Thank you guys so much for supporting us, as well as all the other patrons out there. You can stop doing that, JJ.
Now it looks like a B. I'm just saying.
B for Bill Bird.
Yeah.
Also, if you haven't already, we posted on social media earlier this last week, but we have a merch store. supergamerboys.com/store. We have stickers. Check that out. That's pretty sweet.
You can also use those to exfoliate. So if you have a lot of hair and you need to remove it, there's really great adhesive on those stickers. And I've already did half of my back earlier on today.
We also have sweet T-shirts, like now it's time for the nerdy nudes. We have ones with our logo, one with the cartridge logo. We have some socks with our logo on it.
Yeah, you want to have our face on your back. We are now tattooing those if you go to the store.
Yeah, JJ is hand tattooing those. So
yeah,
come visit us in the studio. He'll give you a sweet tattoo.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that about wraps everything up. Oh, and also this video is available on supergamerboys.com/YouTube. So go check that out if you want to see our faces. Unless this video goes, we keep talking like this is a for sure thing.
Yeah.
For all we know, like the video footage just gets totally corrupted and there's no video. So
the audio podcast people are going to be pissed.
They're going to be real confused because be like, oh, let's go check out the video. And then they go on YouTube and it's like nothing. So this is a trial run. So this may or may not even work.
And it may sound a little bit different than it normally does because now we're kind of playing to an audience of visual. So there's going to be a whole lot more inappropriate gestures on Garrett's part.
Hopefully not, because that's a lot harder to edit out.
You can always do that cool blurry thing that they do where it like digitizes that.
Real hard to do.
Dude, can you make it look like I'm naked? And then like do that do that digitizing thing over my crotch.
I think it's time for the nerdy nudes.
It's time for the nerdy nudes.
Man, I don't know how this sit next to each other thing is going to work because my mic picks up everything you say and do.
It's just you having to edit for hours and hours. I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that?
I am not okay with that. Let's get into this first news story. So the first one here, there was a state of play last week. We talked about it on the podcast that it was happening, but because of, unfortunately, the day we've recorded and everything, we weren't able to talk about what actually happened. So here's a quick little recap for all of you, even though you all probably know what happened. Too bad you're going to hear about it again.
Yeah.
So we'll start from the least exciting to the most exciting. How about that? Because we'll just buzz through some of the stuff that was announced. Hideo
Kojima streaked through the state of play.
Not true.
He had
Not true.
no clothes on, like zero. I think it was a Death Stranding ploy to get people to buy his game.
I mean, there was that one trailer where Norman Reedus
was urinating. See? It all is starting to add up.
In the first Death Stranding trailer, remember, he was like nude on the beach, like holding a baby. Remember that? You don't remember those earlier trailers?
Yes, I do. And some people call me a soothsayer because I just speak the truth. You see how I brought that up? Watch it come to pass.
Okay. No, but okay, next on the actual news story, not Hideo Kojima streaking. We actually had some random little game releases. There's a lot of weird stuff in this state of play, where it's just like, why are we getting this random little crap?
It kind of felt like it was coming from out of nowhere.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, that's the point of them, is that it's new stuff that they're announcing. So of course it's going to be out of nowhere. But the main thing is like, I felt like it was very small things. Like I guess I was expecting more big things, which we got some big things.
There was some big stuff.
There was some huge stuff, but it was like one or two big things, and a bunch of little like small stuff. So, first on the list is LA Noire. The VR case files got announced for PSVR. Humanity got announced with VR support. Civilization 6 is coming out for PS4. It's first time ever on a console. Watam. That was a strange game. I don't know if you saw the trailer for that.
No, I didn't see it.
It's by the creator of Katamari Damacy, which is also a very strange game.
When I nodded my head right now, did it look like I was like fully sure of what?
It looked like you actually knew what I said there.
That's acting 101.
Medieval got a demo, but I think it's actually probably by the time you hear this podcast, it'll be over, because I think it only went to like October 1st or something. So sorry.
Listen, if you've played Medieval from back in '98, it is the same exact game. They just updated it a little bit. It's still Medieval.
Yeah.
It doesn't look very special, to be perfectly honest.
I think you're wrong about that,
Don't waste your time. Garrett's wrong. Garrett's wrong about a lot of stuff, and he's also a fake gamer who never finishes games.
Yeah, I actually played the demo, and I actually really enjoyed the demo. I thought it was a lot of fun. The graphics are all brand new. They built it from the ground up pretty much. So it's looks incredible, plays incredible. They updated controls.
Yeah, but still.
It's a good game.
But still.
So if the demo's still around, go give it a shot. Limited edition Death Stranding PS4 Pro bundle. Are you picking this up?
No.
Okay.
I see that you are kind of eyeballing it.
I would love to pick one up, but I do not have like $300 or $400 to drop on a PS4 Pro.
Hey, Grammy, look, I know we got the PS4 Pro, but Death Stranding.
Have you seen a picture of this though? It's pretty.
No,
sweet.
but I just think that there's going to be a little talk to Grammy soon, and if you come up with one, I will gladly buy yours.
So it has let me show you a picture here. Zoomed in way too far. So it's like a white PS4 Pro. Okay. With the two handprints, what you're used to seeing all the marketing material, two like paint black dripping handprints, and then it says Death Stranding across the front of it, and then the controller is pea yellow.
Oh, tell me that it's not legitimately.
It may or may not be.
The color is pea yellow.
It may or may not be full of urine, but no, it's like a see-through yellow controller. It's actually pretty sweet. I think it's pretty cool. It's supposed to look like. I think it's supposed to look like the tubes that the BBs come in. So I think that's why it is that color.
It's pretty interesting looking.
But yeah, and it also comes with a copy of the game, obviously.
And that's exactly how I paint, by the way, too, with hand gestures. I just like dip my hands in paint and I just do the whole wall like that.
You're all about that.
Yeah.
Finger painting.
I like to get my fingers a little dirty,
Okay.
a little smelly.
I don't know if you notice as well. In the handprints, a lot of people don't notice this, but there's actually like in the palms where there's like no paint, in the negative space, it is a map of the United States of America. Actually, the entire world.
Oh,
like,
that's pretty crazy.
on the one handprint as North America and South America, and on the other handprint there's like Europe and Asia and
I don't want to tell
Africa.
you, but I actually did notice that.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I did. I didn't want you to feel bad because I know you had to look that up.
Right.
Yeah, I just knew it.
I doubt that, but okay.
I agree to disagree.
These last two things, these were kind of the bigger things that were, people are most excited for in this direct.
Most, including you and me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare got a campaign trailer. I don't know if you had a chance to watch that.
I got to see that. It looks actually amazing.
It looks really good. So up until now, I've been pretty excited for Call of Duty anyways, just because they finally are bringing back a campaign mode. And then even just like from what the articles have been saying as well with what the story will kind of be about. I don't know. I'm all about like a gritty, dark, serious Call of Duty. I don't necessarily like the crazy, off-the-wall, goofy. I don't know. Like I don't like all the weird futuristic games and stuff. I wasn't a fan of. So like coming back to like reality, modern time. This is war kind of thing. I've been all about it. And then seeing this campaign trailer with just the most insane graphics I've ever seen, and I don't know. Like I'm just super stoked for the story. Like go watch the trailer. If you haven't watched the trailer, go check it out because it really like sucked me in. I was already kind of pulled into over the multiplayer. Like usually I'm not a multiplayer guy, but when I did the beta like a month or two ago, I did the 2v2 beta, and man, that was so much stinking fun. Like going back and forth with that. And I know like just a weekend or two ago, they had the crossplay beta where you could actually get on there and play like against other consoles. Like if I was on PlayStation, I could have played with Xbox players, PC players, stuff like that. I didn't get to play in that, unfortunately, but yeah, I'm so excited. There's awesome multiplayer. It's going to have crossplay, and I mean, the campaign looks insane. So
that's the thing I was going to say is I am jacked about this trailer because I have never wanted to play a Call of Duty game. I've played a little bit of like Black Ops 4 Call Out, just the Battle Royale mode or Battle Royale mode or whatever. Yeah. I played that for a little bit. Wasn't a big fan. I'm not a bro gamer. I like story. We already kind of talked about that. I like the story games, I like the adventure, stuff like that. But I got to tell you, that campaign looked amazing, and it made me want to try it. And I kind of give a lot of Call of Duty fans a hard time, and I really do want to play that game. So
yeah, no, I'm super stoked for that one. There was a lot of controversy, though. It doesn't mention it here on the PlayStation blog, obviously, because that'd be a weird thing for them to mention, but there is a mode, I forget what it's called, like a survival mode, I think, that is going to be exclusive to PlayStation 4 for a limited time, they said. But then the date that was later kind of investigated, that people kind of found out, that mode is going to be exclusive to PS4 until like October of 2020. So almost a full year. Which is basically like by that point, it's like a month before the other Call of Duty comes out. It comes out every year, the same time every year. So I just thought that was so bizarre. Like they're including a mode in there, that, basically PC and Xbox are like, oh, sorry, like you're screwed. Like you can't play this mode for an entire year, like right before the next Call of Duty comes out. I don't know. What do you think about that? Like that just seems so.
It seems
anti-consumerism.
Really yeah,
like
there's a whole lot of that, unfortunately, going around.
Anti-gamer. Like I don't know.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of that kind of anti-gamer stuff going around. Anytime that you got to wait a whole year, that doesn't even make sense.
I know, especially for like a weird mode like survival. I mean, at least it's survival mode and not like something more serious like. I don't know, like the campaign or like the 2v2 battle mode. It is just like a weird random survival mode. But I don't know, that's like the big selling point with this new game too, is like the crossplay, being able to play with Xbox and PC and PS4 all together. And then there's a mode that's like, oh, sorry, but it's actually just going to be on the PS4, and you won't be able to play together until next year. Oh, and it's actually just like a month before the new Call of Duty comes out again, or the same. Like it's October this year it's coming out. It'll probably be October next year on the next one. So.
Yeah. I really want to play the game. I look forward to getting copy. Are you going to get that? Can I borrow it?
I mean, we'll see what the budget allows.
We'll see, because that's the only time I ever get games, when I borrow them. And I'm also really good at giving games back when I have borrowed them. Garrett can attest. Garrett, feel free. Garrett, this is a visual thing now too as well. So people can see you, and I want you to protect my good name.
Yeah, he's great at returning all those games.
Yes, he is. And he being me. Pronouns, pal.
All you audio listeners, if only you could see which way my head was shaking.
Right.
Okay, this is the biggest news story, though, I think, right here.
Yeah.
This is what you've been losing your mind about.
Yes, I have, and I know exactly what you're going to say, and I'm telling you right now, they could cut glass, Garrett. They could cut glass.
No. You want to go ahead and say it?
My nipples?
No. Tell us the news. Give us the news.
Oh, yes. So the news is The Last of Us 2, it got a release date. We know exactly when it's going to be coming out. We're looking at February 21st, 2020. That's only a scant few months away, brother, and I am jacked. And seriously, they're really hard right now. Let's just go right back to that.
Didn't need to know that. But no, I'm so stoked for this. I know I've been a downer throughout the last year. Like, it's not coming out this year, which it isn't. Like, I was right about that.
You told me on my birthday, you were like, hey, it's your birthday, right? And I said, yes, Garrett, it is my birthday. And you looked me dead in the eye, dude, and you said, Last of Us ain't coming out until next year, December. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why are you so hateful?
Got to give it to you straight, man. Got to give it to you straight.
And then, like, boom, it comes out.
I'm the straight man.
It comes out a lot earlier than that, February 21st.
Yeah, I know. I was so down. I was like, it's not coming out till next fall probably, or maybe summer at the earliest. But no, yeah, we got a spring release. So you're a lucky boy. I am. You're a lucky boy. And the trailer that came out looks insane. Everyone needs to go watch it.
Yeah, there's a lot more content.
A lot of cool gameplay we get to see. We get to see an area with snow, which it's just insane how good it looks. Like seeing the snow areas.
Can we give like trailer spoilers right now, or are we trying to like pull back on that?
I mean, if you don't want to hear about something that was shown in a trailer, I guess you can skip ahead. But it's out in the public, so I feel like it's fair game. I feel like
it's public domain, which means it's free. I think that's what that.
Yeah, fair use. Yeah.
Fair use.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know what any of those terms mean.
Spoiler! Are you supposed to say spoiler right before you say it?
Yeah.
Spoiler! Okay, so essentially, Ellie?
Yes.
She's now the main character, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the young female that was the secondary, she's now the main character. And now we find out that he's alive.
Yes.
I can't remember what his name is now that I say that.
Joel.
Darn it. I lost it. And I'm like, no. Yeah, Joel is alive. And Joel is now going to be her second. It looks like through some of the
That's what it seems like. At least in some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it shows a lot of gameplay, like from
her perspective.
There's like a winter area that was in the trailer, and there's a lot of gameplay in that. And there's a lot of people who even got to play it. I was listening to some other podcast, like Greg Miller got to play like 2-3 hours of it. And he got to play a big chunk in the snow area, a big chunk in what he said maybe it was like a summertime in like Seattle, like outside of like Seattle suburbs and stuff like that. I don't know. Everyone's like raving about this. The gameplay is incredible. They've added dogs in there now. So like the dogs can actually sniff you out. So it's something where, you're hiding behind a wall, that dog gets within like 30-40 feet of you, the dog can find you out, no problem. So the person might not be able to see you, but now you got to think about dogs. And when you go into the focus mode, you can turn around and actually see your scent trail. So you have to be like, cognizant of that. Like, where's your scent trail going? And I don't know, the AI is a lot smarter. So all the enemies and stuff will actually know, like when they're looking in bushes, when they, in some games, like, I think like Assassin's Creed, you hide in a bush, someone walks by, even though you're still kind of visible, they'll just walk by and be like, I don't know, they just don't see you. They don't respond at all. No reaction, no nothing. In this game, it's going to be realistic enough where if your backpack's sticking out, even if it says you're in cover, like if they get close enough within a few feet, like they're going to see you like they would in real life. Or if someone's like up on a balcony, like they're going to be able to look down, like even though people at ground level won't see you, someone in a balcony is going to be able to look down and be like, oh, hey, like there's Ellie or whatever.
That's amazing.
So like it's way smarter. But man, they're also adding a lot of things I feel like that are making it more, I don't know, gritty and intense as well. Where
the gore is like insane, man. Like some of the footage that they've released so far is really gory. I mean, it's intense.
Yeah.
And not that it's like gratuitous. It's just that it's like very savage. And it's like
this is really really intense.
The reality of where they are 20 years after this apocalyptic garbage was let out into society and destroying the society into like this zombie-like creatures and stuff. This is over 20 years later, and now some more. Another 5-10 years past that. You imagine?
Yeah, I think Ellie's supposed to be like 19 or something in this game.
Okay.
I think she was like, what was she only like?
She was like 14 or something like that.
13 or 14 in the first game or something.
Yeah. So you figure like six years. So you're talking like 25, 26 years after the events of this apocalyptic event, and then all of a sudden you've got this craziness going on with them doing their deal.
Yeah. They're adding so much, like they're just amping up the intensity in this game. Like it's going to be insane. It's going to be there's just so much that they're like cranking the knobs up to 10. They are not holding anything back. They're just going full bore into, I don't know, what this game could be, which is so cool because we're at the end of this console generation. They're really using the PS4 to its peak potential now. Like they're going to be...
Which is coincidental. That's what they did with the PS3. This is when this came out, was in 2013, right at the tail end of the PS3. So it was on the precipice of the PS4 starting, and that was maxing out the system at that time. And they're doing it again. Naughty Dog is smart, man. I mean, they've come out with some real gems, and I'm super jacked.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already explained.
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. It comes out February 21st, 2020. No, you can buy it yourself.
I think Christmas, dog. I mean, you don't want to, right. Don't we typically give each other, I give you the gift of me all the time. Drink it in, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, so that was the state of play. Some cool stuff. There's a lot of like random stuff, but then it's like, Call of Duty.
I feel like it had been a minute since we had another PlayStation game to play.
They're about every 3 or 4 months or so, about quarterly or something.
Just felt like it had been a long time. So
yeah, I don't even remember when the last one was, but cool. Let's bring up the next news story. It's hard to say.
You'd always say nudes.
Yeah, I could say that. This one, I just wanted to hit real quick. Nothing too crazy, but I just thought it was kind of interesting. PlayStation is now going to start selling hardware from their own website. So up till now, you could buy PlayStations from, your mom and pop shops or from your local chain like Best Buy, Walmart, Target, whatever, or Amazon, like anywhere. You can buy it anywhere you want. Except for through PlayStation. That was never a thing. Until now. They are launching an initiative just in America right now where you can buy your consoles through there. You can buy PSVR through there. You can buy controllers through there. You can buy all sorts of stuff. Games, like physical games, not just digital games, but now physical games from their store. This article comes from GameIndustry.biz by Matthew Handrahan. The new online store is only available to PlayStation to U.S. customers at present, but it allows PS4 consoles, accessories, and games to be purchased directly from the PlayStation.com website. This site not only provides our fans in the U.S. with the option to purchase these items directly from PlayStation, but is also intended to help gift givers easily find the right product for their friends or family. Fans will find that prices on the new store align with those found at other retailers. I'm trying to find the part. There was a part in here that I read before. I'm actually not seeing it now. There's actually going to be deals and discounts if you're a PlayStation Plus member. Like there will be different bundles where where you can get like a PS4 Slim with, I think it was like a game like God of War or something like that for like 20% off. There's a PlayStation 4 bundle with like a year of, something else for like 30% off, or maybe not that much. I know there's like some discounts and stuff. I don't know what, I guess my thought in even bringing this up on the show was, how do you think this is going to affect GameStop now? Because we've talked about so many articles over the last few weeks where they're struggling with hardware sales, and then PlayStation comes out and almost like is putting this like final nail in the coffin, like, sorry, GameStop, we're going to start selling our own stuff. And like, tough.
Yeah,
tough luck. I don't know. Like, how do you think this is going to affect stores like Best Buy, like GameStop, like
immensely.
all these?
I think it's going to affect them immensely because there's a good little market for them on these systems. And when you're taking all of these systems away and evening the playing field, that you can now just get it directly from PlayStation, you're not having to pay anything up and above. The retailers sometimes have the ability to, up or lower the price, not by, a lot, but they can always go up or down in price, and you're dealing directly with PlayStation. There's no reason to go anywhere else.
Yeah, I just feel like, because up until now, you'd go to those local places because you could obviously get the things quick or get things on discount or on sales or something like that. But yeah, and obviously I don't think like right off the bat this will cause a big hubbub. Like I really think, I don't know, it could take some time for this to really cause any issues because people still very much like will still buy their consoles from Amazon. They're still going to buy their consoles from GameStop, at least as long as they're still around, Best Buy, Walmart, stuff like that.
And some of us will just go on Craigslist and meet weird people in the mall parking lot in order to buy any systems that sometimes come with several controllers and a bunch of games, and it's super hot to the touch.
Right. But I could see like a trend though going forward, like even though they are moving this direction, I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, right off the bat, I don't think it's going to be an issue, but yeah, over the next like year or two or something, like that could cause some serious issues for some of these stores. Like what will be the point when it's like, oh, I can get it through PlayStation. And if I'm a PlayStation Plus member, that was another deal. If you're a PlayStation Plus member, you get like free 1-day shipping. So it's there like the next day.
Well, keep this in mind too. We talked about it last week. There was the whole thing where they were to change up the display of the store, how the whole layout was. If now they can transition more into a culture where people are going to GameStop to hang out, to play games, and to socialize and fraternize with other nerds, then they might be able to get away from not being the only place that people can buy systems.
Yeah, but that can't be their only thing.
No. But I'm saying I like that they're now starting to think outside of the box and going in a direction where they might be able to get more people with their feet inside of the store. So I can see they're going to get hurt with PlayStation selling stuff directly, but I like that they're also going in the direction of making it a destination, spot.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring that forward. I thought that was kind of interesting. Like like Sony out of nowhere. Like this is like completely out of left field. Like, oh hey, by the way, we're gonna start selling our own software. We're cutting out the middleman altogether. We're just gonna make all the profit off this.
So what's your opinion? Are you thinking that if they do that, it's gonna decimate the GameStop and the Best Buy from being the place to?
I think, like I said, not initially. Obviously, people are still going to buy their consoles from the places they know and love for a little bit longer. But I think once people start realizing that Sony has these deals, has these options, has these bundles,
it's all about the bundles.
It'll definitely be more enticing to go to, Sony's website and do that instead of whatever. And especially if there's like the discounts and stuff, like get a percentage off, get free, whatever, 1, 2, 3-day shipping or something.
Yeah. I think that and the bundles are the way to go. I mean, when you're bundling in a system with an extra controller or a game or whatever, I mean, and PlayStation will have an easier time doing that directly.
Yeah. Let's get into this one. I'm stoked about this. Spider-Man will stay in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, man, this is two double Fist pumps in the air.
It's happening, people. We did it.
Yes, and it was all thanks to you, the fans of the Super Gamer Boys, reaching out to Marvel and to Sony and saying, y'all just stop bickering. Stop bickering. Thank God.
Oh, man. So this comes from Brent Lang over at Variety. Stop playing interviews. I don't want to listen to that. So after briefly breaking up, Sony Pictures and Marvel have found a way to get back in the Spider-Man business together. On Friday, the two companies jointly announced that Marvel Studios and its president, Kevin Feige, will produce the third film in the Spider-Man Homecoming series. It will once again feature Tom Holland reprising his roles as the titular hero. The rumor mill roared back to life this week with hints of the two companies, blah, blah, blah. So basically the final deal, I don't know if this is official or if this is rumored, but I think this is the official numbers here. In exchange for lending Feige's producing prowess, Marvel and Disney will receive roughly 25% of the profits. So Disney and Marvel's getting 25, Sony's getting 75, I imagine. That makes 100%. According to insiders, Disney's will retain its merchandising rights still and will put up roughly a quarter of the financing for the film as well. As part of the arrangement, Spider-Man will also appear in one future Marvel Studios film. So not only will he have his one more standalone film, which will be a third, in his series, so it'll be a trilogy of Spider-Man movies, but he will also appear in another film, such as, I don't know, maybe some other Avengers type movie, or, maybe he should pop up in like a Doctor Strange movie. I don't know. We'll see. Man,
I'm telling you right now, Garrett, and to you listeners here at the Super Gamer Boys, oh my gosh, I talked about them earlier, but they are rock hard right now. I mean, dude, look, they're not even going down. They're just staying like that the whole time. Because there's only been like 2 news items, and both of them are freaking amazing. They're amazing.
This is pretty great. So the film, Spider-Man standalone film, is featured or scheduled for release, let's see, July 16th, 2021. So we got a couple more years for that. But then, we don't know what film he'll be featured in, but a lot of people are speculating possibly the Doctor Strange film.
I actually have it on good authority. I know what it is.
Okay.
I don't know if you wanted me to spoil this right here on the show.
Yeah, go for it.
But the next Spider-Man movie, the Marvel Universe, i.e. Disney Entertainment, is putting out is Spider-Man in Iron Man 5. Yeah, he's taking over the Iron Man stuff, and he's going to do it as Spider-Man. Spider-Man is taking over Iron Man.
What happened to Iron Man 4?
They skipped over. It was in pre-production. They were filming in Vietnam, and there was like this whole union thing where they were complaining and saying that they weren't getting their proper raises, and the union rates got cut by half. So Spider-Man in Iron Man 5.
I don't think
You're
that's
welcome,
what happened.
America.
You don't have to keep yelling. Remember, there's the microphones right there.
I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have fun later. That's for sure.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was so stoked when I heard this news. I almost thought, I was like, this can't be real. This is totally fake. Like, they're messing with me on Twitter. I saw it on Twitter first. I'm like, this is fake. They're just gonna.
It kind of came out of nowhere. They were quietly working on it in the background.
Because last week, I could have swore I read an article that says, I thought Kevin Feige came out and even made a statement. He was like, hey, it's not happening. No, at this point, like, we're not able to come to any deal. Pretty much, it's like he basically came out and said, don't bet on it.
Yeah,
like,
as I recall,
it's probably not going to happen.
As I recall,
and then like a week later, this happens.
As I recall, they came out with, they were quietly releasing some trash talk about each other and who was.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I might be just making that up, but that's what I
it.
do.
I wouldn't doubt
so, hey, it sounded real when it's coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, right.
Could have swore I saw that somewhere.
Man, I'm so excited. I just saw that Far From Home is finally on, at least for rent on digital. I don't know if it's on DVD.
So you've seen it
yet.
now?
No, I'm saying now that it's out, I need to go see it because we missed it because we were so busy over the summer with work. So
lame. It was like such a horrible excuse. We're busy. It's our season. So many spiders.
Hey, that's what happens when you have a full-time job on top of a part-time podcast.
Yep. I don't have a part-time podcast. I have a once a week. I show up, drop some knowledge, some of my video game expertise, as it were, my je ne sais quoi that I sometimes leave on the floor of the studio and make you clean it up later.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then sometimes you have to clean up my literal mess I leave on the airwaves here. As you're like trying to come in and edit all my good stuff. You know what? People are starting to believe that you genuinely edit out large portions of our content because I keep saying that all the time. Why do you take out all of my good stuff? So people have said, hey, does he like really delete a lot of your stuff? And you know what I tell them? Oh, lots of stuff. Constantly. I have done soliloquies and like monologues that are so comedically beautiful that they're artistic, and Garrett has just eliminated it.
It's debatable. It's debatable. Yeah, I'm stoked for this. I can't wait for those movies to come out. I can't wait to hear what movie's going to be featured in, that's for sure. These last, let's see. Let's just do one more big one and then two quick shout outs because we don't really know much on those other ones. Actually, I'm going to do those quick shout outs real quick because we don't know much, but trailer teaser came out. Stranger Things season 4 is happening, and it doesn't take place in Hawkins. Go watch the trailer. It's just really cool. It doesn't really show much, but we got so pumped. We're like, yes, Stranger Things 4 coming out. I imagine next year. If they're announcing it now, I'm sure it'll be like next summer, next fall or something.
And also, if you look at the trailer, when you see the Stranger Things 4 image, if you look at it really close, one of the portions is Canada, and the other stuff is the entire United States of America. If you look at the...
No.
That's not a thing?
Don't listen to him.
No, I'm pretty sure. You need to pay more attention, man.
Okay.
You look into it. Look into it. Google it.
I'll look into it. How about that?
Look onto the Google box, because he has the Google box inches away from us. We're doing something different because we're doing this on camera as well, that we're sitting on the same side. So we're literally like inches away. Yeah. And on camera, if you're watching it visually, it probably looks like we're a lot further away, but we're actually touching right now.
Unfortunately.
We're actually shoulder to shoulder. That's the power of video, how it looks like we are not anywhere close, but he's like halfway on my lap right now.
Yeah, that's why that's probably why you hear a lot of his voice in my microphone as
my
well.
Hand is
extremely loud.
My hand is actually up his backside like one of those dummies, and I'm making his mouth move.
Oh, no. I was supposed to get through these quick, so let me get through here. So Stranger Things 4 coming out. We don't know when, but I predict next year. Second thing, Sean Layden, the head of PlayStation, is stepping down. So PlayStation put out this tweet. It is with great emotion that we announce that Worldwide Studios chairman Sean Layden will be departing SIE, Sony Interactive Entertainment. His visionary leadership will be greatly missed. We wish him success in future endeavors and are deeply grateful for his years of service. Thanks for everything, Sean. Which, that's about all we know. We don't know why he's stepping down. We don't know, anything else other than he's stepping down. I've read some things, too. Like, people are kind of confused about this. I've read a few people's tweets who, have been following the industry for a long time, been following Sony for a long time. This is not the way they normally do things. Like, when previous people stepped down or got up or stepped up into different positions, they're very professional, where they put out a press release. They love press releases. They'll put a press release about anything, about games, about people, changing positions, like anything and everything. It is something's a little weird with this situation where it wasn't a press release, it was a tweet. But then they're also speculating like, well, obviously it must not have been something bad. Like if there was a skeleton in his closet or something weird that came out that like, okay, you had to make him, like he had to step down, you would think they would not have put out such a nice glowing tweet about him. Yeah. Like, so it's like a weird thing where, okay, why didn't a press release come out about this? Why is it just a random tweet? And then like, I don't know, is this something weird about this? How it's not the normal Sony thing. They're not doing it the way they normally do things. So
I heard that he had the vice president of Sony over Mike Pence, and he was there, and they were wait for it. They were having dinner, and he found out that the president of PlayStation, unfortunately, had an Xbox One in the living room, and so they tried to hush it, keep it on the DL. That's the down low for those of you who do not speak the slang that I speak. Due to my street cred.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's truth. So let's get into this news story, the one that actually matters here.
Hey, what I just said mattered.
Well, Star Wars shocker. Marvel's Kevin Feige, who we were just talking about with Spider-Man news.
I think it's Feig.
It's not Feig.
I'm sure it's Feig.
He's developing a new movie for Disney. And I don't know why it's not in the headline, but that new movie will be a Star Wars movie.
Oh, Kevin Feige doing a Star Wars movie.
He is moving from Marvel. I mean, he's still going to be working on Marvel, but then apparently in his spare time, because he has so much spare time, I don't know, making all those Marvel movies. Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy. By the way, this is exclusive.
This is breaking news.
Exclusive from The Hollywood Reporter, Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy is pursuing a new era in Star Wars storytelling, and knowing that what a diehard fan Kevin is, it made sense for these two extraordinary producers to work on a Star Wars film together. Walt Disney Studios co-chairman Alan Horn tells The Hollywood Reporter. So we don't know, obviously, what it'll look like in the film, but we know that he is in discussions and moving forward, at least in some capacity, to work with Kathleen Kennedy on some sort of Star Wars film. And I mean, if he can take Star Wars and do what he did with Marvel and build a universe, that would be pretty dang cool. Like if he could build that out into something more than just like your normal saga of movies, I think it'd be pretty sweet.
No, dude, seriously.
Especially if he can start from scratch and like he has free reign to do whatever he wants. Because even with Marvel, he has fair game to a certain point, but he's using characters that have been around for decades, in comic books. Yeah. To be able to go to Star Wars and be like, okay, the current saga is ending. I'm going to start this new series of movies and I get to do whatever the heck I want. Like I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think everything that Kevin Feige touches is gold right now. The guy is the man. And
he has a real good team of writers and directors and just people who work with him. I think
he has a good vision of what everybody wants to see. And I think that it comes really because he's a fan of these characters.
Yeah. No,
you can tell. You see it in there.
You sense it in the Marvel movies. Absolutely. And then for sure here in the in the Star Wars movies, he talks about in the interviews and stuff, like he is such a massive fan of these Star Wars movies, or previously. Like I can't imagine what kind of gold he's going to come out with. Yeah. Because that makes such a huge difference when someone goes into a project and they actually care and are passionate about and know everything about the subject. So he grew up with Star Wars, he knows Star Wars, he loves Star Wars. It's going to be the best fan movie ever. That's even with J.J. Abrams taking over. He was such a huge Star Wars fan. That's what he talked about. He could not, it was literally a dream come true. When he was a kid, he's like, I want to make a Star Wars movie. And he did it with episode 7 and now episode 9 that's coming out this year. So, I don't know. I'm stoked. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, J.J. cool. Actually is Greek for genius. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. That's why J.J. Abrams.
Right.
So look that up. Google that in the box.
I'm sure that's exactly what that means.
Yes.
Cool.
And I believe we're going to change that to Feig. We need let's start a petition to forcibly make the man go by Feig, because Feige doesn't work with that spelling. We're changing it for him. We're changing the world one podcast at a time, G-Money.
You do what you want. You can start your change.org petition if you want. I'm not going to sign it.
Do I have to pay for any of that?
No, it's free.
Oh, I'll be right on that. Can you make that for me?
No.
Okay.
What do you say we get into some new releases?
It's time for new releases?
That's not usually the jingle, but yeah, you can do that.
We need one. Come up with one on the fly.
Come up with one.
Make sure it's copyrighted. New releases. It's time for new releases.
Jeez, the volume. The volume.
Why does everybody always say that?
Okay, so we have Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition.
Definitive Edition.
That's very hard to say.
That's pretty dang good.
That came out on Nintendo Switch. FIFA 20 came out on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. Ori and the Blind Forest came out on Switch. Tropico 6 came out on Switch. And apparently I don't have anything for October. It was just September, so there you go.
A lot of stuff
That's
coming
that.
out on
I was
Switch.
unprepared for October.
Was
so.
this like Switch week or what?
Apparently, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's the end of the month.
Okay.
Bigger titles usually don't come out at the end of the month like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are our new releases. What you been playing?
Okay. So, as always, I have so much free time, spare time on my schedule that
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Okay, so I never have any free time, and unfortunately, yet again, I got to a point where I had no time to play any video games until my wonderful, amazing, beautiful, incredible wife. What's her name again?
Janet.
Yes, Janet. So amazing, a wonderful, incredible. So she said, honey, why don't you play video games? I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. And like all of a sudden I saw this angel. Oh, I heard like the angel singing. It was incredible. And you know what I did with that? My buddy Brent was around and I said, Brent, I call him Brent because that's his name. But he was.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, Brent. And I was like, hey, why don't you play Last of Us from the very beginning? And I'll just watch you. So he proceeded to play The Last of Us alone while I'm watching him play. And I had so much fun. I gave up my time to my buddy Brent because I love the guy. And that's what his name is because that's what he was born with.
So you finally had time to play a game.
And I gave it to somebody else.
And you didn't play a game.
You know what the story is here? I'm a hero. I wasn't trying to be loud right now, but I'm a hero. No, you know what? I'm so glad that I was able to give that time to Brent because I knew I wasn't going to have a whole lot of time because I was tired. And I was like, man, with Last of Us 2 coming out, he's seen the excitement. He's heard me talk about what a great game it is on the show and at home and how I'm excited and jacked for it. And so I wanted him to get there. I want him to feel that when it comes out so we could play it together and stuff, And so, so it was really cool to watch the girl die. He cried like a little girl. It was awesome. I was like, stop crying. It's like getting embarrassing because he does like the ugly cry. It's not even like no, it was like, she died. Oh, was I supposed to say spoiler? Spoiler, she died.
I mean, that happens in like the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah, but what if they try to skip it? Don't skip it. So she died.
Yeah, spoiler for Last of Us. So if you haven't played it, it's going to be the PlayStation Plus free game next month, so you can go check it out and check out how that girl died.
You know what? If you haven't played it, it's such an amazing game. You have to play it.
Yeah, so that's another thing, I guess, new releases. Oops, forgot about putting those in the notes.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation Plus free games is The Last of Us Remastered for PS4. And I think it was like MLB 2019. So whatever the new baseball game is. It's free. I'll
put it on there and then I'll just delete it.
I'll play it and enjoy it and then delete it because I don't have time to play it.
I'm so busy playing real baseball with these guns that, I'm always running the touchdowns. And yes, and then I'm always like, I grab the crochet mallet and I just crack them out into the infield.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah, good stuff. I've been playing, you're going to laugh at me.
That's a given. You didn't even need to say that out loud.
So I did not play any console games. I did not play any PC games.
Mm-hmm.
I played a lot of mobile games.
Mobile games?
Phone games on the old iPhone.
Okay, so let me
this little guy right here.
I'm going to play a little bit of deducing, okay? I'm going to pull the Sherlock. So Garrett is saying to me, I'm playing only the games on the mobile. What does that tell you, dear audience? When you hear this, you're thinking to yourself, Garrett spending a lot of time on the toilet, so it tells me Garrett has hemorrhoids, also has the runs, and he is sick because he's eating something bad. Maybe he goes off diet and has the gluten. This is what happens, huh? So you're on the toilet for long periods of time, hence you're playing the mobile games. Hey, did I do good? I did. I feel good.
That wasn't even close, unfortunately.
I'm kind of embarrassed now.
Just a little bit. You should be a little bit.
I'm
at some point
felt
in
like
your
I was
life,
so accurate.
At some point in your life, you should feel embarrassment, I hope.
It hasn't happened yet.
So here's the deal. I've been doing a lot of work on the podcast the last week. You wouldn't know what that's like.
I don't know what that's about. Hey, that's kind of hurtful.
I've been working on, like store stuff and website stuff.
It was already set up when we got here, Garrett.
I've been editing videos because we're going to do Spooky Gamer Boys. That's another thing I forgot to mention at the top of the show. Every Thursday in October, we're going to be releasing a Let's Play video of us playing a spooky game.
Yes.
The first one comes out tomorrow as of when this releases. It'll be Blair Witch.
Yeah. And don't worry, I've got an emotional support blanket because Garrett did warn me about getting pee on everything. So he did make me go to the bathroom right before. And so I'll be fine. But I do want you guys to tune in. And please forgive any tears that you happen to see.
And then after that, we're actually going to be playing through the last 4, because there's 5 Thursdays in October. So the first one's Blair Witch, and the other 4 are going to be another game that I don't know if we've mentioned yet, but I'm not going to mention it now. But we're going to play through. I was
just going to give it up. I'm so glad you stopped.
We're going to play through the entirety of the game over those last 4 weeks. So technically, we're just playing 2 games over October, but first one, it's in the first one too. We didn't play through the entirety of Blair Witch. We just did like the first hour and a half, and I cut it down to a sweet 40 minutes. So you don't have to sit there and watch JJ wander in the woods for 50 minutes.
There may or may not have been a little bit of like wandering.
Yeah, check that out on YouTube tomorrow. supergamerboys.com/YouTube.
Wait, will it be tomorrow after they see this?
Well, today, when this releases, it'll be Wednesday.
Oh, it really will be tomorrow. Whoa, you guys are lucky.
Yeah, so go watch that. But no, I've been playing the old mobile games because a couple weeks ago, Apple Arcade came out, and I actually played a lot of games last week and never talked about it.
That's right.
So let me bring up some of my list of games here. I've been playing a lot of games, but I'm just going to name a few here that have really
I can see his phone from here, so I'll just go ahead and tell you. Solitaire. Yeah. He's playing quite a bit of Solitaire.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. He also has Chinese checkers on there. That's okay. Seeing that.
Yeah. How about now?
There's another one that looks like an adult site. What is that?
So what I've actually been playing.
Okay.
You're real close. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I know
with the first 2, not the third thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've been playing a whole slew of things because the great thing about Apple Arcade, the first month it's free. After that, it's just $5 a month, and there's like 50 or 60 some games on there right now. And I guess over the next few months, like they're going to be adding more. Like eventually, the idea is there's going to be hundreds of games on there, and the idea isn't just to put a bunch of junk on there like the App Store was previously, where it was a bunch of free-to-play crap with microtransactions and ads and all this stuff. The idea behind Apple Arcade is to have actual like quality games made by quality developers. There's really everything on there. Like there's no ads, there's no microtransactions, a lot of really cool stuff, really cool stories.
So we talked about this together on Thursday, and you showed me footage of you playing one of the games, and I just want to say it was gorgeous. It was much better. I'm sorry if I cut you off. Much better than any mobile game I'd ever seen before. It looked like a AAA game. I
mean, some of the games on here are console games, like Oceanhorn 2, I think originally came, I know the first one was originally on console. Now it's out on, the second one is out. I imagine it'll be coming to console. So if it isn't already, and then it looks like it's basically Legend of Zelda on your phone. And the cool thing about the new iOS 13 update is you can sync your Xbox One and PS4 DualShock controller to your phone. So I literally the other day was playing Oceanhorn, which is like a Zelda-like game. I put it on my wife's iPad. So like big old screen, like 12 inches with my controller hooked up.
Or you could play it on your 55-inch TV.
If you have an Apple TV. I don't have an Apple TV. Oceanhorn 2, a lot of fun. I've been playing, this one always gets me, Sayonara Wild Hearts. That one is also a console game. It came out on Switch, I think, just like a couple weeks ago. And people are loving that. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm real bad at it. but it's been a lot of fun. What the Golf is another one. Cricket Through the Ages, Grindstone. The sequel to Exit the Gungeon called Exit the Gungeon came out on Apple Arcade, and it's just so amazing. Like, I can play these games on my phone with a controller, and it's just as good as playing on like my Switch or on a console or something. That's what it almost feels like. It feels like oh, it's like another Switch I get to carry around. Like, I already always have it in my pocket anyways. Like now, like technically for work, instead of having to bring my Switch in my work van with me, I just need to remember my DualShock controller and stick it in the glove box, and then when it's lunchtime, pop the controller out and play games on my phone. Like,
and that works really well
crazy.
with your great battery you have on your phone, right?
I mean, yeah, yeah, it drains the battery pretty quick, that's for sure. But I mean, you just plug it in and then you're good to go.
I'm especially excited to give it a try because I did see what you had on your phone, and I'm willing to try the free trial at least.
I mean,
yeah,
it's free for a month. Like, you might as well.
Yeah, and what is the service? $5 a month?
Yeah, it's so cheap for like how many games you get. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
right. Well, look for that.
Go check out Apple Arcade. There's a lot of cool stuff. The other thing I've been playing on a mobile device as well wasn't part of Apple Arcade. Nintendo just put out, let's see, what's it called? Mario Kart Tour. So that is Mario Kart on your phone.
Okay.
It sounds like it should be great because, I mean, it's Mario Kart and it's on your phone, right? It should be awesome. That is not the case. It's really bad. I don't know. There's some fun aspects to it, but I don't know. With the steering, because it's not like a normal, I don't know, you would think with controls on a lot of games, there would be Go maybe on the left side with the touch, like there would be touch controls. Like on the Go would be on the left side and steering would be on the right side, or something along those lines, or maybe like tilt controls. That's not the case with Mario Kart Tour. It's designed to be played upright, portrait position with your phone. It's designed to be played one-handed, so just like with one thumb.
I can't play with two thumbs very well, Garrett.
Yeah, and that's what makes this game so horrible. Like, the controls are like really hard to like maneuver around.
So
because
it just feels janky?
Yeah, and it feels really like loosey-goosey with the controls, like where you try to, there's two control schemes. One of them is, you know, when you use your thumb on the screen, you go left and right, and it literally just like turns left or right. Or the second control scheme is, I think it's called like the Pro scheme or something like that. You can actually, like, when instead of steering, as soon as you slide your thumb left or right, it starts drifting immediately, which I've been using that because when I play Mario Kart, like, I'm drifting 100% of the time anyways. But it just does not feel good. The tracks are, everything looks great. That's the thing. It's like the best, it's an amazing looking Mario Kart. Like, the graphics are insane. The tracks look amazing. The characters all look great. The music is incredible, but it just doesn't have that feeling of like how spot on Mario Kart normally feels like on your Switch or on your Wii or whatever. You just get used to a certain quality with the actual gameplay in Mario Kart, and the phone is just lacking that. And I'm not even getting started like on the microtransactions in the game. Like, it is literally just a big cash grab from Nintendo, because you can just tell as soon as you jump in, and they don't necessarily like slam it in your face. They're not like, oh, buy this, but they are very quick to to unlock new characters. You can either play forever and farm for coins and buy them like forever, or you pay like so many bucks and then you get these rubies or something like that. And then you cash in those rubies for, not even for a character. You cash in those rubies for a chance to shoot the warp pipe. And if you shoot the warp pipe, it's completely random what character you're going to get. So you might spend $30 on gems, on rubies or whatever they are. You get maybe 4 chances to shoot the warp pipe, and basically it's just like a slot machine type thing. It doesn't look like it looks like a warp pipe where you slide down, it cocks it like a gun, and it shoots up in the air. Something falls down. You don't know what you're gonna get. Like, you could spend $30 and get like 3 crappy characters. Like, you know.
You know what? I can't stand microtransactions. It's gotten to the point where it's just disgusting. It's that, and always trying to like pimp their stuff to try to like get extra money, always working on another way to get extra money. Speaking of that, if you haven't already, you can help us by supporting us on patreon.com/supergamerboys. You can support us and help us be able to like afford some of those stupid Fortnite microtransactions that your son constantly makes you pay for. Constantly. You could also end up having cool stickers that have our face on it.
Not at Patreon, but
That's a Patreon supporter.
no.
You buy those on patreon.com.
I'm going to take that away from you.
No, you could get that on our store.
Yeah. That was not planned. I did not plan for him to put in an ad there. Don't hate at me. I know people like get mad when we talk about Patreon sometimes.
No, what? One time, one guy, and he was drunk, half drunk.
Yeah. But I mean, microtransactions are even fine to a point when I can just go in and buy the thing I want. Like if there's a skin and it's like even in Fortnite, like I want that skin, so I'm just going to buy that skin. You know what you're getting. It's when it's random, when like you're paying money to gamble in those games, like that's when it feels dirty. Like especially like a Mario Kart, like I just want to play as Dry Bones. Like let me play as Dry Bones.
And there was all that hate on the NBA game recently.
Yeah, we did that episode on the NBA game where it was the same thing, and they were so blatant about it. It's like a literal
well, with the slot machines.
Slot machine. And, it's like pull a lever and see what you get. So yeah,
it also smells like cigarettes.
Yeah, like
they start pumping oxygen in there.
Yeah.
Get you to spend more, right?
Yeah. So it's a fun enough game. Like it's an okay game. But I don't know if I'm going to play it much more than what I have.
Sure.
Like it's like, okay, this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not the best game though. Like it's not the best Mario Kart. I'd rather, like I have my Switch, that's portable too. I'd rather just pop out my Switch, play some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I paid $60. That's another thing. There's a subscription service too. You can pay $5 a month for the Mario Kart Pro Plus subscription, whatever it is. And it unlocks the 200cc race and then gives you like access to like one or two bonus characters that you don't normally get. It's like imagine paying $5. You can pay $5 a month and get Apple Arcade with 50 plus 60 plus games, or $5 a month to get 200cc races in Mario Kart on your phone. Like that just seems so bizarre to me.
I have a mobile game that I haven't played this week, but I have the Dr. Mario mobile game. I don't know if you played that.
One. Yeah, it's a good one.
So much fun. And I've got my kids all into playing it. Like all of them love to play it. And that's a mobile game, and it's pretty fun. I'm not very good at it, like most games, but at least not a fake gamer.
With that game, too, with Dr. Mario, if you're good at it too, you can play forever. Because every time you beat a level, you unlock a heart.
I don't ever play forever.
I don't do that either.
Yeah, okay.
But I know hypothetically I've heard you can do that.
Yeah. It's
in
possible.
theory, you can do that.
Right.
But yeah. Cool. What do you say we get into the question of the show?
Oh, dude, we got a question this week.
We got one.
Beautiful.
From a long-time listener.
First-time caller.
I mean, that's wrong, though. It's like she calls,
no,
she emails all the time. So thank you so much to Chloe McConnell.
Chloe McConnell, you're amazing. This young lady just is such a supporter. She has stayed up with us when we did Resident Evil 2.
Yeah,
and
kept us company.
Garrett wet his bed that night. And Chloe's been there since the beginning, man. What? Well, I'm sorry. We're not supposed to talk about it.
Yeah, we
He's
don't
embarrassed.
normally talk about that. But, whatever.
Yeah, I was just making it up for comedy, right?
That's what I say about everything else you say.
Pretty much. Fact or fiction.
So Chloe McConnell writes in and says, "Hello, I hope you guys are doing well.
We're doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good. Can't complain.
Thanks.
I'm really scared because there's this camera in the room now. I don't really like it, but it'll add to the content." So
see, and that's the whole thing, is that Garrett has been so worried because now you have eyeballs on me. So it's like, oh no, what's JJ gonna do? Now he's got an audience watching his every move.
Yeah, I'm scared twofold because I don't know what JJ is gonna do now, and also I don't like being watched either. So if I'm like staring awkwardly at the camera or away from the camera or not looking at the camera, then just that's why, because I don't like you. Sorry. To the camera, not you, the listener.
Not you. No, he
camera.
loves you.
I love you.
Except for that one right there.
But you I don't like.
You kind of squinty-eyed.
So here's the actual question.
Sorry.
If you guys have to play one game for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Now, I feel like we've answered. I feel like we've answered similar questions in the past about like desert island question and stuff like that.
This is different. This is, you have every option in the entire world, but you can only choose one that you've played, because you wouldn't want to choose one that's coming because you don't know if it's going to be good.
You're right. Yeah. Like Last of Us 2 could be a
bomb.
Giant pile of garbage, trash.
Oh, I hope not. I really hope not.
Of crap.
I doubt it. Naughty Dog's never done anything wrong. But I'll tell you right now, if I only had one game to play the rest of my life, I would choose Red Dead Redemption 2.
Really?
Yes, I love that game. That game, there's so much to do in it. And I had to give it back to you because you're like, oh, are you done borrowing my game? You done borrowing my game? And look, it smells. It smells, he says. It stinks, he says. But he's like, give me the game back. Give me the game back.
I actually did not. I did not do that. You
never did.
I gave it back. With it.
No, I was done with it. It's such a beautiful game. But I'm actually going to end up eventually buying my own copy of it because that game really is amazing.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Oh, boy.
Or you could feel bad and just give me the game back.
No.
Not going to happen.
No, if you want to borrow it again, you can borrow it again. It just sits on my shelf right now.
I'm kidding. No, it's such a great game.
We can put it on this shelf behind us if you want.
That's it. You're doing it a disservice,
Put it on your side of the shelf.
You're doing it a disservice. I really think that you need to play that game. Hey, if you guys have played Red Dead Redemption 2, you guys being the listeners or the visual watchers of the Super Gamer Boys, please reach out to Garrett. You can hit him up at Garrett Morlang on Twitter or at G Morlang, and just give him a hard time. Tell him why he should play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Do it.
Because he played a little bit, didn't get very far, sucked royally. I mean, it was so embarrassing watching the man play. It was ridiculously embarrassing watching him play. And he played it on super easy, and he still sucked. He sucked. Please tell him why he should play that game and not suck. That's the game I would play the rest of my life. Thanks, Chloe.
Cool. That's a great
reason.
Tell
Garrett that he's.
I'm glad how you didn't actually give a reason why you would play. You just gave a reason why I'm a horrible person.
You're horrible, and you suck at life. No, the game is so fun. There's so much to do, man. It's so wide open.
There's too much to do. I just got lost. I get distracted.
Yeah, and you know what? If that's the case, and you have an entire lifetime to play that game, there is that much to play. To me, there's so much. I barely cracked the surface. I didn't get that much done. I finished the whole campaign and quite a bit of extra stuff, but I know I left a lot of meat on that bone.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of meat. You know how a fat guy feels about meat when he's on the damn keto diet. Just saying.
Man, what game would I play?
It's a great question, isn't it? Because it is a variation of things that we've been asked before. But this is it. You only get one. And have they really come out with the more modern Metal Gear Solid as of late, buddy?
I mean, I could just play the original one over and over again.
Would you be comfortable with that, given that it had the battle graphics? And that's it for you, bud.
They're not
That's
bad.
all.
They're not that
That's
bad.
it for you, bud. They suck. They're horrible. They're trash. As my son would say about any game other than Fortnite, they're trash.
Yeah, but he's wrong about that.
Yeah, he's pretty wrong about that.
He actually has the opposite, backwards. I love how every time I see him, I'm just like, oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't put Fortnite on there.
Because it's trash.
Because it's trash. He just like scowls. Like,
those are always like little like darts to my poor baby's heart. He's like, why does Uncle Garrett really hate Fortnite, Dad? And I'm like, Uncle Garrett's a hurtful, mean little man. And he's, I don't know why he's like that, but you just keep praying for Uncle Garrett, and maybe he'll see the light.
Maybe I'll come around one day.
Maybe. And he's like, yeah, pretty much, Dad. Uncle Garrett's a punk. That's my boy's words. Hey, punk.
I think
he never said that. I want to make sure you never take the switch back away from him.
Yeah,
you want to see somebody
never letting
cry.
him play my Switch again.
That's the second Purda man you'll make cry. That's horrible.
Man, I don't know if I can narrow it down to one. I think my two options I'd go back and forth between.
Which is not an answer to the question, Chloe, but
it is in its own way.
But it's not, though. It's a cheat. You're cheating.
You're
a cheater. You're a game. You don't finish games, and you cheat.
My two choices. It'd have to be.
Look at this.
It'd have to be something with like open world, something big, lots of missions, lots of side missions.
Red Dead Redemption 2, Garrett. Look, I chose it for you. You're welcome.
Either Fallout 4, the poster on this side of me, behind us. That one's a really good game. Or staying in the vein of Metal Gear Solid 5. Huge open world game, lots of missions, and that one is one I never beat because you get halfway through the story and it's like, what the heck's going on anymore? But if I had all that time, it's like, who cares if it doesn't make sense? I'll just keep playing
You make it make sense,
Because the best thing about that game, too, is like the gameplay was great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so playing it for the rest of my life, like, I wouldn't mind because it's a fun game to play. It just, the story got all over the place. So it's just like, what the heck's going on? So yeah, I'd probably take one of those two games. And if you want me to stay true to myself, it'd be Metal Gear Solid 5 because it's Metal Gear.
There we go.
So there you go. You got your answer.
There you go. It took him a long time to get to that.
Fallout 4 would be a super close second because, I don't know, I don't mind an open world game. I know I talk trash about Red Dead Redemption 2 because I got distracted and the open world is too big, blah, blah, blah. I love a good open world game. It's just like, I don't know, there's even something about the aesthetic of Fallout. Like I love that post-apocalyptic, this weird kind of alternate reality vibe to it that I really enjoy, where Red Dead's just like, oh, this is just the West. This is just old. It's just old.
Remember, kids, write in on Twitter @GMorling and tell him that he needs to play that game. Just tell him why you think in 140 characters or less. Is that still how much, or is there more characters?
I think it's more characters now.
Well, in 140 or less, keep it to that. Tight, like a tight 140, and let him know why he needs to play that game.
Yeah, do it. @GMorling. Hit me up.
Yep. You need a lot of hate right now, buddy.
Yeah, probably.
Just saying.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening and hopefully watching. Again, we'll see if any of this video comes out.
It might not.
You guys might be very confused. This might be the last time we ever do this. Who knows?
And if this was kind of weird, and it is a little different, and so it might have been a little weird on this first time doing it visually as well as doing the audio podcast.
Yeah, maybe we sound super awkward.
Yeah, so it might sound a little weird because we're playing to an audience that now is being able to see us and witness us in all of our glory. And I know that a lot of you thought that with my dulcety, violet tones, that it was more than likely I was a tall black man. But I am not. I am short, fat, white, and Irish. And Garrett, unfortunately, is a tall, 130-pound, soaking wet with 2 bricks in his pocket, needle, nose, pocket protecting. Do you have pocket protector? Nerd.
No.
I'll get you one. I'll get one on Amazon.com. You can hit on our banner on our website, an affiliate link for Amazon. Wait. We
don't do that.
Why do we not do that?
Same reason I said last week or 2 weeks ago. It's way too much work.
You got time, Garrett. You got time.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out our stuff, checking out this episode. I thank you guys, everyone who reviews the show, who listens, downloads, subscribes to our show. Now you can go to our YouTube channel as well, subscribe to us there. That helps. And you'll also get notifications when these videos go live. You can check us out at patreon.com/supergamerboys. Support us there. That helps us keep the lights, cameras, the mics, everything going. Supergamerboys.com/store. Get this sweet sticker, get some sweet t-shirts, get some sweet socks, coffee mug, whatever floats your boat.
It's getting to be fall time. You got to keep those toesies cold, especially if your old lady doesn't like it when you put cold toes right on her naked bum when you guys are in bed under the covers and you got those cold toes up on the bum.
How do you
getting her really upset?
How do you get your toes up? I guess you're real short, so.
I am short, and I am very flexible.
You can rate and review us anywhere you want on your favorite podcast service, but it really helps if you go over to iTunes and do that, or give us a thumbs up on this video.
If you can, please hit the subscribe button. It would really help us if you subscribe to our channel. You can click on the bell for notifications anytime we put a video up. We really want to try to help bring this show and more like it to you, the listening and now viewing audience. So it would really help us. And if you shared too, please share with your friends. Let them know that you liked our video and that we're funny, or you like our podcast. Share it. You know, it's not meant to be, covered with a prophylactic. You're supposed to share it around. You know, spread it around like a fungal infection.
Yeah. What he said. If you want to find us throughout the week, ask us questions, talk to us, check out our stuff. You can find us at supergamerboys.com, Twitter and Instagram at supergamerboys, facebook.com/supergamerboys. My personal Twitter, like I said earlier in the show, at @gmorlang. Your Twitter is
at JJ Purdom.
Thank you so much to Star Andrews for our logo. You can check her out at Ground Floor Graphics on Twitter, or no, not Twitter. She's on Instagram at Ground Floor Graphics, and facebook.com/Ground Floor Graphics. Yeah, it's been a good one.
It's been an awesome one.
I hope this episode turns out. I hope the video is okay, and I really hope the audio is okay. Because like I said, JJ was real loud at a lot of times, and he bleeds into my mic a lot. So this might be a trash heap, and we might go back to no video because JJ's too loud.
It could happen, but it's okay because you've got plenty of time to fix that stuff in post. For Garrett, I'm JJ. We are the Super Gamer Boys.
And we'll catch you on the flippity flop.